Four people are sitting around the table.
See, in this world, there's two kinds of people, my friend.
Suddenly, a bomb goes off.
Those with loaded guns.
Now take the same scene and tell the audience there is a bomb under that table.
No, you dig.
So the whole emotion of the audience is totally different.
You dig.
Hello.
Hello.
Jesus.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you extremely well. Hi.
Is this better?
Now you're a little
Or
too
is it-
quiet.
Okay. Give me a second. Okay. How's this? Is this more reasonable?
Yes, that is better.
Okay. Yeah, you didn't give me any time. You're just like, hey, you're soon as you hop into the stream, I'm gonna start this shit. I'm plugging in my microphone. I'm clicking settings on the H4.
I thought you were gonna be ready. I'm sorry. I got a little I got ahead of myself today. I'm sorry. But anyways, hi Evan. How you doing?
I'm here. Against my will.
Against your will. I'm sorry. So what movie did you pick this episode?
That's right. They don't know.
Nobody knows.
We left a mystery. And this week, I picked The Godfather, the part 1 for my movie, thinking that Christian might like it. He's kind of picky. He kind of likes shitty movies. But if he likes this one, then maybe my opinion will change.
So, did I like this movie? Not really. I didn't really like The Godfather. It was okay. I recognize like the few like iconic moments, but the story seemed a little complicated to me. I didn't fully understand what was happening most of the time.
So you're just dumb. It's not the movie's bad.
I did my absolute best to try to understand it, and I was just trying to like follow along, and I understood what was happening in like the small moments, but like in the grand scheme of the whole movie, I didn't really know what was happening. It was just like family drama and like crime and killing, and it was all right. It was all right.
Okay. Well, you're wrong, but that's okay. Dang, I thought you'd like this one. Now when it's my next turn, I'm gonna just pick one I know you're gonna hate. So,
Oh my God.
I'm done trying to pick good movies because you're just not gonna like them anyways.
The last episode, I completely forgot to take notes, but this time I did take notes. I took 28 notes on this movie. So,
for your comment about this movie being confusing, I'll give you that. This is my third time watching this movie, and I think it's the first time where I've understood every plot point. It took 3 times.
Okay, all right. I don't know. Like this movie was on my shelf of DVDs, of my movies to watch. I've always wanted to watch this movie, and I was just a little bit disappointed. I thought it was going to be more. I didn't really know what to expect, but I didn't expect that.
It's a movie about the Godfather.
It was a little slow, a little.
Okay. I mean, it's an older movie. Older movies are slower. This isn't like Spider-Man. You can't have action every 3 seconds.
I guess we could just start with my first note.
Do you want to watch, before we just start this, do you want to watch 2001 A Space Odyssey, or have you not seen that?
That is on my list of movies to watch.
You're going to hate it. It's a classic, and it's good. It is extremely confusing. 2, way slower than Godfather. It's mega slow. Like it's really going to test your patience.
Even
when
though
you've been staring at a monkey for 20 minutes with no
there
words.
Was a monkey.
Well,
thanks for the
you've
spoiler.
been staring at a monkey for 20 minutes. You're like, dang, when is the movie going to start?
Even though I didn't really like The Godfather, I'm super happy that I finally watched it, because I like everyone. I mean, not now, but like so many people talk about The Godfather. So many people say The Godfather's an amazing movie, and now I finally watched it. And
you've only seen the first third of it.
If the other two are anything like the first one, I might not like them, but I'm glad I watched them. I don't know. I don't regret watching it. It wasn't. I mean, it's still better than Madam Web. Have you seen Madam Web?
No.
Good. Okay. So my first note. The opening scene introduces the Godfather as a serious but gentle person. That was the first thing I noticed, because, I mean, when you think like crime mob boss, you don't really think of this this gentleish, oldish man who speaks with a soft, tone. So I thought he was kind of gentle and still serious at the same time. That was my first impression of the man, Vito Corleone.
Vito. I'm glad you actually... Do you remember most of the people's names? Or should I just refer to them as like brother number 1, brother number 2?
I remember Vito.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Sonny, the older brother. I think he's adopted, right? Or some...
No.
He's not
Sonny
blood?
is not adopted.
No?
Sonny's blood.
I remember Sonny. I remember Michael,
yep.
which is like the little brother.
Main character.
And that's all by name. Vito, Sonny, and Michael. Those are all the people I remember by name. But there are other characters that I have written notes about. Then I refer to them as like a wife, husband, because I don't remember their names.
I'm trying to remember. Well, there's the adopted brother who is the...
That's Donnie, right? Or Johnny?
No.
The actor guy.
No. What? No. The...
See, I'm confused.
The lawyer.
The lawyer.
Is the adopted brother. The conciliere.
Is that the
guy?
The
blonde dude.
The blonde. Is he the one who later is like running the casino in Vegas?
No, that's another brother.
Oh my God.
That guy is that brother is also blood.
I'm a little lost. But what did you take notes for this movie?
I did.
Oh my God. Third time watching it and you still took notes?
Yeah. And I watched it all the way.
I watched it all the way too. I almost didn't.
Kind of.
I seen the runtime and I was like, oh my God.
Kind of on your note, I wrote from the first scene that Vito Corleone, the original Don of the Corleone family, is a family man, and he values respect. And you see this in a scene when he provides the gift to, God, what's his name? Not the baker, but a gift to some random side character. And the people, or the side character had a daughter who went out with a dude. And then the dude and the dude's friend beat up that dude's daughter.
Oh, yeah.
And Vito Corleone said, I'll beat him up for you. But you have to start treating me like a friend because you've been ignoring me. You've been leaving me on red.
Yeah. That was interesting. I'm gonna start living my life like the Godfather. You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding. But the second thing I wrote after this was when I forget who it was, but somebody mentioned like, oh, the bride has like a bunch of envelopes with a bunch of money. And if it wasn't the Godfather's daughter's wedding, I would rob that bitch. That was my second note. That guy. I forget who the fuck it was who said that.
Someone not important.
But he's like, man,
it might have actually been. Let's see. What's his freaking name?
I'm gonna make him enough. He can't refuse.
They kill him. Oh, Paulie. Is it? I think it might be Paulie.
Paul.
Who they kill later in the movie. And Paulie's just a bodyguard, not related to the family. I was gonna bring something up. Did you notice? Probably. Well, being your first time watching this, you probably didn't. But being my third time, dude, what is up with my camera? What the fuck?
You're so dark. Your camera doesn't know what to focus on. Yeah.
Anyways,
this was your third time watching.
Third time watching it. In the beginning, well, really throughout the whole movie, Sonny is cheating on his wife, but he does it at his sister's wedding.
I don't remember that.
Oh, well. I think it was Sonny. I think.
Come on, Mr. fucking third time watching this.
It's a complicated movie, but it's a good one.
I noticed during the wedding, during like when the movie first starts, I noticed that the Godfather is a very high profile person because there's photographers outside this dude's house trying to get a photo of him. And the FBI are fucking wanting to talk to him too. So, I mean, when the movie starts, you don't really know anything. But I picked up that he's a high profile person, you know?
Yeah, he's the head of one of the 5 families. Silly. Okay. Moving on. Let's see what else I wrote. Oh, in the beginning, kind of a teaser for what's going to happen later in the movie. Mikey is talking to his girlfriend at the time. It's a blonde lady. I forget her name. Oh, Kay is her name. And he says the quote. They're talking about basically what his family does because Mikey's like fresh out of the Marines, out of World War II. And they're talking about what his family does. And then he says, he tells Kay not to worry. He says, that's my family, Kay. It's not me.
Yeah.
And really the rest of this movie is the setup for Mikey, 1, becoming the new Don, 2, slowly transforming into his father. 1 second, I'm going to turn on a light.
Oh, much better. Much better.
I can focus now.
Your face is purple.
I know, it's the blue off the screen.
Oh, got it. What else? I don't know why I wrote it down, but I wrote down, so far, not what I was expecting. And then the next main note I have about the movie is when the scene with the horse's head in the bed happens.
Yeah. For the family friend, the singer.
Yeah. There's a family friend who's an actor, and he is a family friend, right?
Family friend. He's a singer who started off, basically his backstory is he was a singer, and his record label or whatever, as he got more popular, was trying to screw him over. So he went to the Don, and the Don sorted it out by making him an offer that they couldn't refuse. And at the wedding, he comes back to the Don and he says, "Listen, I need more help. I'm trying to my voice isn't as good as it used to be, and I want to become an actor. And there's this movie part that they won't give me, and I need you to go talk to the head of the studio for this movie and make them an offer they can't refuse type scenario.
And Vito sends a guy to Hollywood to go talk to this producer guy.
Yeah, he sends the lawyer.
Oh, now I'm picking it up.
That's the adopted brother.
Oh, okay. So he sends the lawyer to go talk to this producer guy to ask nicely the first time, and doesn't really work. And while they're trying to talk to the producer guy and ask nicely, the producer like shows this guy like his horse. He's like, "Oh, I love this horse. This horse costs so much money," and he's just so proud of this fucking horse. But still, the producer says, "No, we can't do this for this fucking actor guy." And after asking nice once, next time they ask, it's not so nice, and they fucking cut off the horse's head and put it in the producer's bed. And I wrote, I don't know why I keep fucking saying why I wrote this shit, but I once I seen the horse and then I seen the guy like wake up in his bed, I knew what was gonna happen because this has been referenced so many other times in like other movies and like other shows. Like it's very iconic, and I honestly didn't really know it was from the
Really?
Godfather.
Is it?
What?
Is it iconic?
Are you being sarcastic?
Nah, I'm fucking with you. Yeah.
Okay, fuck. Yeah. Do you know the show that I love called Misfits?
BoJack Horseman.
Do they do that in BoJack Horseman?
He's a horse and he wakes up in a bed every day.
Is there a human head in the bed?
No.
Okay. Anyway, there's a show that I love called Misfits, and it's about like these British people and they get superpowers. That's besides the point. But there's a part where like this guy's like they're breaking into someone's house and they're like, "Oh, let's do that thing like in The Godfather. I'm gonna shit in their bed." And the guy's like, "No, you put a horse's head. You don't shit in their bed." I'm like, and the other guy's like, "Well, do you have a horse's head?" So, anyway, yeah, I recognize the horse's head, and I like that. Yeah.
I think I'm just thinking about how much you dislike this movie and how upset that makes me.
I wish I liked it more.
I'm extremely tempted to make my second movie The Godfather Part 2.
Well, isn't it appropriate? I mean, if I started the whole trilogy, why shouldn't I continue it?
I'm going to continue with the notes. It's okay. So shortly after the whole horsehead fiasco, it's like a little bit in the future, and Vito Corleone basically gets invited to a meeting with someone named Salonzo. And Salonzo's trying to make it big in the drug trade. And he says, "Vito, we need your contacts, your very important people contacts in the state so that my drug trade business doesn't get held up. And we also need some money. And in return, we'll give you 30% of the business." But Don, or Vito, is like, "Absolutely not. I don't want to get into the drug trade. That's nasty business." And that's like how the movie starts going, like progressing its story basically. Like that's when the family starts getting into trouble, is after that meeting.
Mm-hmm. By the way, hi, Kira. I think this happens after that, but I don't know if you have any notes about this part either, but some people go to try to kill Vito's son. Do you have a note about that?
Vito's son? Like Sonny?
Yeah, because I forget who But these two guys, so Vito's driving around with his son, and Vito gets out to go buy some fucking oranges. And these two guys come up and they start shooting at the car. Vito's not in the car. It's his son.
No, that's not what happened.
What happened?
You're misremembering that. So,
because then Vito jumps in front of the car.
that's not what happens.
Okay, I need to be educated.
So what happens is, fast forward a couple hours, Vito sends someone named something Luca. We'll just call him Luca. He's like a hitman for Vito. He's like, I need you to go investigate this Solonzo guy, and then the guy that Solonzo's working with, Tontanelli or whatever his name is. Let's see. I forget his name. Something with a T. Anyways, so Luca goes in there and ends up getting killed because they see through his lie, and they say, basically, no, we're going to kill you. And then after that, they try and kill Vito. So what happens is Vito notices those two people that are trying to kill him and runs to his car to try and get away. And that's why they shoot the car. Is because he's at the car getting shot. They don't care about his son.
Oh.
Let me see if I have his name down anywhere.
And I don't know if you picked this up in other movies, but when Vito gets shot, he spills his oranges on the floor while he's getting shot. And oranges are a symbol of death in other movies. Have you noticed that?
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
Well, it's fucking symbolism, and it's there.
This bright colored fruit full of life symbolizes death.
Yeah, and they use it in Breaking Bad when that one guy is running for his life, falls and fucking paralyzes himself. He hits a bowl of oranges and it falls, and so oranges are a symbol of death. Just saying, it's there. I
understand why you didn't understand the story. You're too busy paying attention to the oranges.
Oh my god, whatever. I did my best. You know what? We're watching Gilbert Grape. Okay, that's that. Yep.
I've already seen it. I'm not watching.
I know.
it.
You've already seen Godfather. Now are you going to watch Gilbert Grape?
I'm not
twice?
watching Gilbert Grape.
You are. You are. Mm-hmm.
I won't.
I will make you. Okay.
Moving on.
It's getting a little heated in here.
Vito gets shot. Basically, the Godfather gets shot, and this turns everyone's code red alarm on, and they're all freaking out because they think he might be dead. Basically, right after he gets shot, they kidnap the lawyer's son, and they say, "Listen, I know we've killed Vito, and we want to make this deal. So get Sonny in here, the new head, now that Vito's dying, and have him make the deal."
When Vito got shot, it was so out of the blue for me. I thought this whole movie, because I didn't know if he was alive or not, so I thought he was dead. He looked very dead when they shot the fuck out of him.
Did you see the ketchup they put on him?
Ketchup is another symbol. But it was just so unexpected for me. I was like, it happened so early on too, and I was really caught off guard because I thought they just fucking killed the Godfather, and this movie is called The Godfather. What are we gonna do without the Godfather? So I was in shock.
Yeah. So while this is happening, Mikey finds out, and Mikey goes to the hospital to go see his dad, Vito.
Yeah.
And when he gets to the hospital, there's no one there, and he's like, something ain't right. So he notices that no one's there, and he's like, okay, they must be trying. They found out that my dad's actually not dead yet, and they're coming back to kill him. So he has his dad, with the help of a nurse, get moved to another room. Like, him and the nurse are the only ones in the hospital. Like, the police left and everything. So they move him to a different room, and then him and a third person that showed up, who was a baker from the wedding. He showed up to like pay his respects. They're like, listen, me and you need to go stand outside and look like we're guarding the place. So that's what they do. And Solonzo and Tantanelli's basically like killers show up in a car, and they see that the hospital is getting guarded. So they end up driving away. And in doing so, Mikey saves Vito's life.
Very quick thinking by Michael's part.
Very quick thinking. And then right after that, like as soon as the killers drive away, the police show up.
Another gang.
And the police try to arrest Mikey because the police are on Solonzo's and T-Man's payroll. I'm just going to call him T-Man. And luckily, Lawyer Brother shows up and saves Mikey. And then they post bodyguards up for Vito. And that solves that issue.
My next note skips this part that I wanted to talk about. I didn't write anything down about this, but you might have. There's a moment when the Corleone family arranges this setup to kill the police guy and this other guy, and I think it's a movie. It might be a TV show, but there's a movie about the making of The Godfather, and they reenact this scene in that when Michael is like in the bathroom and he walks out and he goes to kill these guys. I noticed that, and I didn't know what it was from, but there's another movie about that. It's very similar to The Disaster Artist. Have you seen that? No, you haven't. I think I already asked you that.
No.
Well, The Disaster Artist is a movie about the making of a movie. So I noticed that from the scene where he kills the police dude.
Let's see. Before they go to kill the corrupt police dude and T-Man's son, they wonder, and they are trying to figure out how did they know where Vito was. And it turns out that Vito's bodyguard that was supposed to be there that day, Paulie, sold him out. So the Corleone family ends up killing Vito. Or not Vito, sorry. They end up killing Paulie. And that's that scene where the guy goes out to take a piss, and then the person in the car gets shot, if you were confused at that part. The person that they shot was Paulie, who sold out where Vito was, which is how they knew when to shoot him. But then it goes into the big critical point of setting up a fake meeting to basically try and make peace with the police commissioner and T-Man's son for T-Man. And they say, listen, they don't say, but Mikey volunteers to do this, and he says, I'm going to go there and I'm going to kill them, and with a gun that we stash in the restaurant, instead of basically talking to these people. So he gets picked up by T-Man's son and the police commissioner, and they get driven to the restaurant. And since they already stashed a gun there before, they kind of like go through talking in Italian about this meeting, and he says, okay, I'm going to go up and go to the restroom now. And when he comes back, he shoots them both. And then he has to flee the country, which goes into like his Italy arc.
Yes. See. The next thing I have about Michael in Italy is when they're sitting at this, like, I don't know, this business. This guy is there, and they start talking about this guy's daughter without knowing it's his daughter. And like one of Michael's guards gets nervous. He's like, "Oh man, we just insulted this guy's daughter. Like, we got to go." And Michael's like, "No, stay." And he just like he starts hitting on this guy's daughter to his face, and he's like, dude, that was just very ballsy. Like, whoa.
At work, they got married.
Yeah. What? Oh, Jesus Christ. Wow.
They got married, and then she got blown up.
Yeah.
Were you expecting that?
Fuck no. I was like, ciao, bitch.
She starts the car, and she gets blown up.
She's so excited to learn how to drive. She's like, look at me drive.
Basically, he gets told that, hey, where you're staying is not safe anymore. We have to move you. Mm-hmm. And then he talks to one of his bodyguards and says, okay, I'm gonna drive out and pull the car around for me. And then he goes looking for his wife, and his wife's in the car. And this bodyguard planted a bomb in the car to go off when the ignition started. And he sees his wife, and he sees the bodyguard running away. And he's like, no, don't start the car. But she starts the car because she has no clue. And then she gets blown up. So the bomb meant for him blows up his first wife.
Something that made me scratch my head a little bit was, so the bodyguard was a traitor, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why kill him? Why try to kill him with a bomb? If this guy is a bodyguard, he has the perfect cover. He can get so close to Michael. Why kill him with a bomb? Like,
so that they don't know it's him.
But Michael saw him run away. Like,
yeah, but that wasn't supposed to happen. He was supposed to get in the car, and the car was just supposed to blow up.
I guess, yeah, whatever. Okay.
What happens a little bit before that? Sonny dies.
Oh yeah, that whole thing. I love it. It's tragic, but I love why. Actually,
do you understand what totally happened there?
So,
you give me your what you think happened, and then I'll tell you what I think happened.
So, Sonny has a sister who is married, and one day Sonny goes to go visit his sister, and his sister has a black eye, and his sister's husband hit her, and Sonny does not like that. And Sonny said, "Okay, I'm not gonna do anything," and he leaves his sister. Then he goes, he finds a husband. He beats the shit out of him, as he should. Very respectable young man. I approve. Fuck that guy. Then, the husband is back with the sister, and they start arguing over dumb shit. The sister overreacts. Okay, whatever. She's a woman. And he fucking beats the shit out of her again. And Sonny gets news of this. He hears about it. Someone calls him. I think it was his sister. And he starts to get a little bit upset and angry. And he gets in his car. He's going to go drive to his fucking sister's husband to, I assume, to kill him. But he gets to like this like checkpoint area. I don't know if it's a toll or something. I think it's a toll. And it's a trap. It's a setup. And he gets gunned down, and they fucking Swiss cheese that boy. And it's bad. They killed him very, very dead. Very much.
Did you pick up on the fact that him beating his wife was also part of the trap?
Really? It was a fucking chess move?
It was a big brain chess move.
Oh, I didn't pick. I thought
wife-
half of it was like a setup.
No.
I thought that when it first happened, it was just like because he's abusive.
So you find this out later in the movie. Mikey finds out. And basically what happened is someone from T-Man's family or one of the other families calls the house phone of the sister who's married to this abusive husband. And the abusive husband is in on it. He knows this call is going to happen. And because he's getting paid, right? And basically what happens is someone calls that phone pretending to be a mistress, and that makes the wife obviously very upset because he thinks that her husband is cheating on her. So that's why she gets upset. And then the husband obviously knew this was going to happen. So then he starts hitting her to draw Sonny out of hiding.
It's like cat.
And then
mouse
as soon
shit.
as he gets drawn out of hiding, they kill him. And you find this out later. And then, so when Mikey finds out later, he confronts him. And they end up having him killed. You know how they killed his sister's husband at the very end of the movie?
Yeah.
And then the sister freaks out again.
Yeah.
That's why they killed him, was because they found out that he was the reason Sonny died.
I guess when you watch this for 3 different times, you understand more and more. But this was my first time watching it, so I didn't.
That's true. I don't think I
No.
picked up on it the first time.
Yeah. Backtracking a little bit to Michael in Italy, because I don't know, I wrote this after Michael was in Italy. But I wrote, why does he get married if he has like a lady friend in New York? Is he just like hungry for some pussy?
It's because he doesn't know when he's going to come back, and he found someone he likes.
Oh. Well, all right.
And he gets
Question
married to
answered.
her, and he gets married to her anyways because his wife gets blown up. His first wife. His first wife gets blown up, and now
That's
he
so
has an
funny.
excuse to go back.
Boys, don't get married. Your fucking wives will blow up. So he just married her just to fuck, right?
I
Oh
don't think
wait,
so.
no, that was my next actual thing. So I don't know if Michael has morals, right? I don't know if he fucks bitches just to fuck some bitches.
I don't
But
know.
I
He
noticed
doesn't.
he married her. He married that Italian chick, and then proceeded to do the fucking. So does he have like this thing where he like doesn't fuck somebody if they're not married to him? Do you think that's why he married her?
I would
first?
assume so. Yeah.
So it's like okay. Okay, so he's a family man.
I mean, this happened in the 30s when
Yeah.
people had more strict values. Or I guess, sorry, not the 30s, the 40s.
Then the next thing I wrote was, Michael's other chick is looking for him at his family's house.
Yeah, that does happen. But
Yeah.
that, I mean, that just means, I think they just did. I don't know why that scene was even in there. Like, they could toss that scene out and it wouldn't make a difference in the movie.
Yeah, I would have shortened it a little bit.
I think that whole scene is just to show that she still cares, so they have an excuse to have Mikey marry her at the end of the movie.
They're probably just trying to make her relevant still. Like don't
Yeah.
forget about this. She's still here.
Yep, I think so. Let's see. Basically, after Sonny is killed, Vito Corleone invites all the head families and says, "We aren't gonna be at war anymore. Let's have a truce." And then this is happening at the same time that Mikey's wife is getting blown up. But, you know, news doesn't travel that fast, so they don't know yet.
Well, yeah, I mean they have to send a fucking person to go
Yeah.
tell him shit.
So, basically, since Sonny's dead and Vito's in charge, he says, "We're going to end this, and no one's going to touch my son Mikey." And then they bring Mikey back home.
That's when
And
he
then
gets
Mikey,
made the.
Mikey gets put in charge. Yep.
Right when Sonny got killed, I wrote, "No, Sonny."
Yeah, and then there's that famous scene where he says that, "Look how they massacred my boy."
Look how they massacred my boy. Yeah, I've seen that in like memes and shit. So I was like, oh, now I understand it. Yeah.
Let's see. Mikey comes back. He talks to his previous girlfriend and says, "Listen, I'm trying to make the business legitimate. I'm taking over, but I'm trying to make it legitimate." And she's like, "Okay, I guess I'll marry you." Part of them trying to make the business legitimate is move their business more to casinos. So they go to Nevada, and his son, or not his son, his brother, his other brother, Fredo. I think his name is Fredo.
Yes.
Has been. Oh,
He's like in charge of the casino in Vegas. What?
We have some comments.
Hi, Maddox. I can't. Oh shit! Wow.
I don't know who this person is. I'm glad.
This is
I'm
one of
glad
my
you
coworkers. This is one of my coworkers.
Perfect. Okay.
Can't stop stroking it. Okay. Thank you for that, Maddox. Oh, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
They go to Nevada and they meet with Fredo.
Yeah, because he's in charge of one of the casinos out there, right?
Yeah, he's a part owner, and the other guy that partly owns it is a man named Green, and Green does not want to give up his stake in the hotel. And he says, "I'm going to work with another head person named Barzini, and we aren't going to sell you this hotel." And then the movie kind of moves on from there. And so Mikey's trying to figure out how to get this hotel business to work. And he talks to Vito one last time, and Vito gives him the advice that whoever goes to the Barzini meeting with you or invites you to a meeting with Barzini is a traitor, and they're going to try and kill you. And then Vito dies of old age. He has like a heart attack or something.
The way he died was kind of fucked up because he's playing with his grandson.
Yeah, he just dies
and
of
he's
old
like
age.
fucking like, oh yeah, like, oh peekaboo, like whatever, playing like in the plans and shit, and then just like has a fucking like, oh, it just dies in the dirt. the kid like is still spraying him with this fucking like water gun thing. He's just fucking dead. Oh god, that was kind of funny.
And then so they have his funeral, and a bunch of the families show up, including like Barzini and the Green dude, and then
the Green dude.
Yeah, the dude that owns the hotel, or partially owns the hotel.
Okay.
And then one of his associates, I forget his name. I don't actually remember that dude's name, but he basically invites him. He's like, "Oh yeah, do you want to have a meeting with Barzini and we can get this hotel business settled?"
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Mikey knows that they're trying to set him up to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of goes through like this weird cutscene that's very confusing, where it shows like a bunch of people being murdered.
I have a view on this.
He's like, "Okay, I'll have this meeting, but first I'm gonna like go be a godson for my sister's child." And while he's being like appointed the godfather for his sister's child, he has all these people killed that are trying to kill him, and this is how he basically fixes his business.
I think while this is happening, while this baby is getting baptized, and he's like accepting to be godfather to this kid, and all these like cuts are happening with all the killing. This is what I think is the transformation from Michael turning into just regular Michael into the Don Godfather.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
the priest is telling Michael like, Do you accept all this, like the marriage vows kind of thing? The priest is saying, like, do you accept this son? Blah 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 blah. Do you renounce Satan? And while this guy's saying all this, there's like fucking B-roll of murder and death and
that Mikey is causing.
yeah. And Michael says, I wrote as Michael renounces Satan. That to me, seeing all the killing and hearing what he's saying, sounded to me like I'm becoming Satan because he's fucking allowing all this death to happen.
Yep. And Mikey kills basically all the people that are being a pain in the ass for him. He kills John or whatever. He kills Green. He kills who else is it? He kills T-Man, actual T-Man, not his son, because his son's already dead. He kills Barzini, the dude that Green was trying to make a deal with, and he kills like one other dude, I forget. But basically another person that was up against him. And then on top of that, he also kills the person that ratted him out. And now he's like set himself up in a place of power because he killed all these people. And then that's when it moves into him talking to, his name's Carlo. Carlo, the dude that was responsible for Sonny's death. And he has him killed. He's like, yep, today I'm taking care of all my enemies. And he kind of like tricks Carlo. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to kill you, but I never want to see you again. We're sending you to Nevada to be with your wife. And you're not part of the family anymore. You're just out there. And they throw him in a car and then he gets choked to death.
Yeah, there's someone in the back seat waiting for him.
And then they kill him. And then Carlo's wife, so Mikey's sister, finds out, and he's like, she goes on one of her very famous temper tantrums.
Yeah,
storms in to see Mikey, and is like, I can't believe that you killed him. And this whole time, Mikey's wife is in the room.
Yeah,
and I can't believe you killed him. And then Mikey's like, listen, get out of here. Go get it. We're gonna get you a doctor, right? which is what's the word for it?
What?
There's it's a bad connotation for like, it's like a man thing to do.
I don't know.
Anyways, very 40s man thing to say. Listen, you're hysterical. You need a doctor type thing. And then his wife is like, did you actually do that? And he yells at her. He's like, you're not supposed to ask me about my business. And then she asks again. And then he like really yells at her. And then he says, okay, I'll let you ask this one time what I do. And then you're never allowed to ask about it again. So she asks, did you do it? And then he lies and says no. And then she's like super relieved. And then that's the end of the movie, or the end of the first part.
And the way that last scene ends is when, like, Michael's wife walks out of the room and she's like doing something like right on the other side of the door, and all these people come in to Michael and they start kissing his ring or his hand, and she gives him this fucking like long glance, and I think that look on her face is when she realizes that like he's not the same person anymore, and he is now the Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
And my absolute last note, number 28, is kind of boring.
Well, I think you just might have a short attention span because it's a very good movie.
No, I watched the whole thing. My attention was on
I
it.
know,
I was
but if you
focusing.
think it's not boring. It's just good. It's good storytelling.
It's family drama, you know.
Listen, you can't tell me that you don't like family drama when you love Gilbert Grape. That's just family drama with an autistic person.
It's sad. That's a sad movie. This movie is just drama and killing.
That's not. It's not a sad movie.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape is not a sad movie?
No. It's
You
a
don't think
bad
it's
movie.
sad? That
It's
you
a
don't-
bad movie.
You don't have a heart.
The only thing not bad is Leonardo DiCaprio's acting. It's outstanding. That's the only good part of that movie.
You know, if you look at that movie with woke 2024 eyeballs, it's kind of offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is Flutter still in the chat? Have you seen What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
I believe he's still in the chat.
Okay.
Because the
If
viewer
he is-
count is still at, I mean, it went up to 2. So
If he can answer, I would very much appreciate it. If you haven't seen it, don't watch it. It's not.
please watch it. What's Eating Gilbert Grape is an amazing film for the whole family.
Christian, we used to do this in the past. He said, I'm going to pick What's Eating Gilbert Grape. And I said, oh, okay, I like Leonardo DiCaprio movies. And that's, goodness, it's terrible.
It's so good. I love it. I've seen it like 4 times. It's a great movie. Anyway, back to The Godfather.
What do you rate this movie out of 10?
I would give it a 4.
Oh,
This
my
movie
God, a
gets
4?
a 4 from me, honestly. It's good. There are some peak moments in the story that did spike my interest. But most of the movie is just fucking mellow, a little fucking few bumps in the story and then
so
like this few little spikes of interest and
you'd rather watch Jews get tortured in Schindler's List.
fuck no. Okay, all right. To compare Schindler's List to The Godfather Part 1, honestly, in the most wholesome, honest, not disrespectful way, I like Schindler's List more than The Godfather Part 1.
I don't. For those that don't remember, we both rated Schindler's List an 8 out of 10. I rate The Godfather a 9 out of 10.
9?
Yep. It is.
Jeez.
It is a movie that I very much enjoy. So for you to say that
It's a
you
4.
don't
honestly.
like it, it really hurts. It hurts me.
It's you know what? What's for you? What's Gilbert Grape out of 10? What would you rate Gilbert?
Less than a 4. I wish I'd never watched it, and I will never watch it again. It is a 2. And the only
It's
reason
not a 1.
it's not a 1 is because Leonardo DiCaprio is such a great actor in it. Otherwise, it would be a 1.
It's what? Okay. The Godfather, for me, it's a 4. But a movie that reminded me of The Godfather, they're not like complete like identical copies, but the movie Scarface reminded me of, or Godfather reminded me of Scarface. Watching it, they're not completely the same. They've got their differences, but they're both about crime. They're both oldish, and they both have Al Pacino. And yeah, I think I mean, Scarface is slower too, slow story, but has more action, a lot more killing, and I don't know. I like Scarface more than Godfather. I would much rather watch Scarface than Godfather.
Well, maybe one day I'll recommend a movie to you that'll get above a 7 out of 10. If I do that, that's when I know I've won. Because if you rate The Godfather a 4, I can't imagine what you'd rate other movies that I recommend.
I'm not a hater just to be a hater. Like, I will watch these movies and try to enjoy them. Like, the worst movie you've ever had me watch, besides The Human Centipedes, was Dante's Inferno.
Listen,
And I
I
tried.
did not make you watch those. We watched those together. Okay,
They were your idea.
that was a bonding experience.
It was.
We were much too young to do those.
Should we do that for this podcast?
Watch them again.
We should do a live movie watch party on Twitch.
That could be some sort. I don't want to do it for the podcast. I don't want to have to take notes during that.
You don't want to take notes on the Human Centipede?
No.
Okay, but yeah, 4 out of 10 for me for The Godfather Part 1. But I don't regret watching it. I'm really glad I watched it. It's always been on my list.
I'll take that one. I'll take it.
Do I wish it was better? Yes. I know it's older. I know older movies were different. So, I did my best to enjoy it. And I didn't rate it a 1. I didn't hate it. It's not
That's
a
true.
terrible movie. It's a good movie. There's a lot of iconic moments, and Marlon Brando is an amazing actor, and there's a lot of amazing actors. And
Just know that the majority of people would probably disagree with your rating, but that's okay. You're allowed to have your own rating.
And I'm not trying to stir shit up. I'm not trying to be.
You're trying to get those views.
People.
You're trying to get those views on the podcast. Breaking news: podcaster rates Godfather a 4 out of 10.
It's my honest opinion, and I wish it was better.
Let me.
Using a typewriter over there.
I'm pulling up its Rotten Tomato score.
Uh-oh.
Oh, goodness. 97% on the tomato meter.
Tomato meter.
98% on the popcornometer. Wildly regarded as one of the greatest films of all time.
Wow. The greatest film of all time?
Let me look.
That was the greatest film of all time.
One of the greatest.
One of the greatest. It's got to be out of a group of what, five films?
What?
I mean, one of the greatest movies of all times has to be in a pile of some other movies, right? How big is that pile? I think it's a pile of 5 movies.
Top 250 movies as rated by regular IMDb voters.
200? That's a big fucking pile.
Top 250 movies of all time.
250? It just grew by 50?
No, I said 250.
Oh, I thought you said 200.
Movies of all time as rated by IMDb voters, right? Number 1, The Shawshank Redemption.
Absolutely phenomenal film.
Very good. Do I think it's number 1? No, but I mean, that's my opinion. It's a very good movie.
Yes.
Number
Amazing
2,
movie.
The Godfather. Ugh. Number 3, The Dark Knight. Number 4, The Godfather
Dark Knight.
Part 2.
I mean, I can't say shit about that. I've never seen it. So,
Number 5, 12 Angry Men, which I've never heard of.
12 Angry Men. Is that about the that play, the 12 Angry Jurors thing?
It's from 1957. I don't know.
I think I've seen that play.
6 is The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King.
Oh no, I don't like that movie.
7
is that the first one?
No.
Okay, then never mind.
7 is Schindler's List.
Oh.
8 is Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction is all right.
9 is the first Lord of the Rings movie, and then 10 is The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, and I won't.
Ooh,
continue
I
after
love
that.
the good, the bad, and the ugly.
So,
Okay,
just know that at least on the IMDb top charts, The Godfather is number 2.
Jesus. Okay. I will say, out of the Batman trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy,
On
the first
tomato
Batman?
meter, The Godfather is also number 2.
Jesus. So
300 best
my way
movies
of
of all
thinking is
time. The
just
Godfather
fucked up.
is number 2. The first one is L.A. Confidential, which I've never heard of.
Yeah, I've never heard of
Schindler's
that either.
List moves up to number 6.
I just put the Schindler's List in my horror shelf of my DVDs.
Okay. Oh, here's one that's more along your speed. This is Metacritic. Best movies of all time. The Godfather is number 8.
All right. Yeah. I will say I've watched all 3 Batman movies, the Christian Bale, Christopher Nolan Batman movies. The first Batman movie, I did not love it. Second one, I love it. So if I were to treat the Godfather movies similarly to the Batman movies, first Godfather, didn't love it. But who's to say I'm not going to love the second one? You know,
Dude, some of these lists are crazy. This one is a list from the movie database. Godfather is number 2 again, behind Shawshank Redemption. Godfather Part 2 is number 3. And somehow Parasite, which I don't know if you've seen that movie,
Never.
but I would not rate that anywhere in the top 1,000, is number 10, behind The Green Mile. So
I've never seen The Green Mile.
The Green Mile's also an amazing movie.
That is
It's
on
like,
my list.
if you like Shawshank Redemption, you'll probably like The Green Mile.
I know it's sad.
It is sad. It's very sad. Not as sad as Schindler's List, though. Not as sad as Schindler's List.
Yeah. Well, any other final thoughts to add about the Godfather Part 1?
No. I thought it was great. I enjoyed watching it. I'm sorry you didn't enjoy watching it as much as I did, but maybe like you watch it 2 or 3 more times and then
That could be it. That could be. I mean,
And
I
then
just
you'll
didn't
like
really
it more.
understand what was happening. I seen Venom: The Last Dance the first time. It was okay, and I watched it again the second time, and I understood it a lot more. So, if I just watch it, maybe a few more times, I don't know if I could sit through 3 more fucking hours of it, but I do think if I watch it again some other time, I'll understand what's happening more.
okay. Well, I don't have anything else to say. Are you gonna close off the stream?
I am. Thanks for watching. Whoever watched live, Kira and my coworker Maddox. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next episode of the Dead Cat Podcast. That's about it. Thanks for watching, and